Hi, I'm with Will Page, who's the Chief Economist of Spotify. He's a Scottish economist. He's just washed the blue off his face, but he's not going to give us a Braveheart speech. He is going to talk about the impact of Spotify on music piracy over the net. So, Will, what have you found? What's been the experience?
So, if you go back to the origins of Spotify, coming from Sweden, the country of the Pirate Bay, ravaged by piracy, Daniel Ek's vision was that if you build something better than piracy, people will come. So this is a supply affecting demand argument. And we spent a lot of time looking at the Australian problem, preparing for the Big Sound conference in Brisbane this week. And what we've been learning here is that we're seeing a downward trend in music piracy. We're seeing a downward trend in the volume of files and the number of people involved. Still a huge problem, but we're making inroads. So while Spotify has an incredible success here in Australia, we're actually seeing it beginning to move in the right direction. So that legal alternative is having an impact. That's really important for the policy question.
Right, and now tell me, what's the relationship between music piracy and film, TV, video piracy?
Well, this is why the Australian question has become so interesting from a global perspective, is because people know that the market for streaming services is so competitive, maybe 30 plus services here in Australia.
This is for music.
For music, but when we look at the film and TV question, it's also known, and it's almost passé to discuss how popular Game of Thrones is on BitTorrent in Australia. So for the TV question, we have that debate about, are the TV premier dramas being available at a reasonable price, convenience to the customer, but also in film, we know about windowing debate as well. And you've seen the IFPI recently announce a sort of planned global release date, a sort of Good Friday date where all albums come out on the same day around the world. And I think that's almost like partially in response to the debate about Hollywood and windowing. So it's interesting to see how far the music industry has come. Remember, we were the canary in the coal mine with this piracy debate back in Napster.
But is there more video piracy than there is music piracy in Australia today?
Yeah, I think that's what you're seeing, is that the music industry is adapting. We still have a huge problem with files being downloaded unlawfully, legally.